What's the future in radio as against MTV video cassettes?
Well, I don't think there's much competition really, because even when you watch MTV, it's all heavy metal. You know, I mean, all you see is heavy metal bands, and like on the radio, you know, a lot more people listen to the radio. You know, I mean, our first record was definitely broken by the radio, so I owe a lot to the radio anyway. I think the radio will always continue. I think the video has made the world smaller, but I don't think it's going to take over, because it destroys conversation, you know.
Your latest video is doing great, but so is your record.
Exactly. I don't think there's any competition really.
Is it a protest record?
It is and it isn't, you know, it depends. I mean, it's a bit difficult to explain it in this sort of short space of time, you know, but it's not purely a protest record, no.
George, tell me, are you going to record a Christmas album?
No.
Let me ask you this. You've had a tremendous rise in popularity in the last 2 years, as I understand it. Would it have worked had you not dressed up like you do?
Probably. You know, I mean, as I said before, the first record was broken without a video, without a picture bag. So I think people liked the music before they saw me. In fact, there has been a lot of people who haven't come to the show simply because of the way I look. So really, I think the records, you know, speak for themselves, you know. And the look is obviously important. But
the music is good, but the look maybe got you the attention.
Well, I look better than anybody else, so obviously it is important, you know.
What kind of reactions have you had so far? I know I've heard some things down in Louisiana where you had some pickets. People were protesting, although they were also going to protest Neil Diamond, I believe, and also some other folks, they said.
Well, you know, some people just, I mean, if they couldn't complain about black people, they complain about pop stars. I think people are basically, there are some people who are very stupid and they want to come and protest. God knows what they're protesting about. They don't like my hat or they don't like my makeup, but there's certainly nothing, you know, nothing to protest about in this band, you know.
I made the comment earlier, I thought it was terrific, because at one point when I came to college, I had white socks on. From a small town, wearing white socks, I was completely laughed at. Anybody that has the guts to wear whatever you do and does what he does and feels like he does doing, I think that's great.
I don't think it's got anything to do with having guts. I think, you know, you don't sort of get up in the morning and think, well, I'm going out to confront society. You know, I mean, America wasn't discovered by people sitting on their bums. So basically, you know, if nobody was rebellious, nothing would get done. And I just think it's, you know, there's always people in this world who object to something. And if they weren't objecting to me, they'd be objecting to Elvis Presley or the Beatles or whatever, you know. I think it's got to be said that there are stupid people out there, you know. I'm not one of them.
How about whatever's been said about the fact that the band isn't getting along? Some people aren't holding up their end and that kind of thing. Any truth to that at all?
No, that's just like gossip, media gossip, you know. People need things to talk about, and, you know, when you don't give them something outrageous to write, they write it themselves. You know, I think that was printed in USA Today. I suggest people stop buying that paper.
George, when are you going to record a duet with Julio Iglesias? Everybody else has.
Never.
Never?
No. I know there's been a lot of talk about me doing things, you know, outside of the band, but at the moment, Culture Club is the most important thing to me, and to go off and do a sort of like duet with anybody would detract from what we're doing. So really, there's no intentions in, you know, there's nothing I want to do like that.
You have guest appearances vocally by many people in all 3 albums that you've released. Who's next?
Well, we have 2 new singers, Ruby Turner and Mo Birch, and they'll be adding to the next records. And we use a lot of different people on the album, basically because I think that the vocals, you know, it's nice to diversify the vocals and, you know, use lots of people. It sounds better.
Writers credited to the Culture Club as a group rather than any particular person. Who is actually the writer? Are you all?
We all write together. I write the words, and the melodies come from the band. It's like if you say who puts the show on. It's like when people say the monument was built by so-and-so. They forget that there's thousands of people that went into putting the bricks together. Obviously, there's a lot of people working with this band, which are important, you know, but basically it's a 4-piece thing, you know.
How long have you been working together?
About 3 years now.
Will it keep up?
I should hope so, yeah.
How long are you going to wear the makeup and that kind of thing? Is there a day someday when you say, that's it, I want to...
For the next hour. And,
are you going to say, no, that's enough, I don't want to fool with it anymore?
Well, I'm not fooling with it. I'm quite serious. I mean, when you look around you and see how many people have copied my style, I mean, there are so many heavy metal bands now wearing makeup that it makes you wonder, you know, maybe they're all onto a good thing. You know, but I take pride in being the first. You know, I don't have to worry about dressing down because it's the way I dress all the time. It's not something I do for stage, and I do it better than other people, as I said before.
Your mother calls it happy face, is it?
My mother?
Yes!
When did you speak to my mother?
Well, I didn't, but she was quoted as saying, George's happy face.
My mother gets quoted as saying lots of things, and they're all not true, you know.
Oh, okay. It's not happy face then.
No.
I understand you visited Graceland today. What did you think?
It was like Elvis's prison, you know. It was quite nice to see it, you know, but it's nice to remember Elvis as the singer rather than the sort of memories of bits of furniture and stuff, you know. It was very sad, I thought. Very sad. And also the people running it weren't very humorous, you know. They were all sort of like, it's more than my job's worth. And I thought there was a lack of humor there, you know.
What's the next hit off of your newest album, besides the war song?
I don't know. I don't know what the next single will be. I've got no idea at all. I tell you.
Okay.
Your video. What about videos? What do we have to look for in videos?
Well, each record will have a video, but I think the songs are far superior to the videos. I mean, the war song is a very technical video, but I think the song is as good. I think that with us, you know, like our songs have always been better than their films. I always thought that.
George, what's your most meaningful song that you've producul so far?
All the songs are meaningful to me.
Come on. Now, one of them's got to be your favorite.
They're all meaningful to me, you know, because I write from the heart. I write about things that mean something to me. I couldn't possibly write a song about being on the road with my guitar, you know, but I write about things which are close to home, love, things like that, you know. They all mean something to me.
Okay.
My favourite song at the moment is Mistake Number 3 off the new album.
Who influenced you the most as far as your favorites?
The band, really, the rest of the band, because before I met Culture Club, I didn't know how to write songs, so really that's been my major influence. But people like Gladys Knight, you know, great singers, but there's so many people I couldn't really name one person, you know. Okay, I have to go.